Concert is a very spontaneous experience. What happens on stage, it won't come back again. It won't happen for the exactly same feeling. I'm there to express myself and try to bring the audience into my music.
Su Meng, a guitarist who captivates music fans with her stunning virtuosity and refined artistry. On January 7th, Su wowed audiences at the Beijing Concert Hall, where she brought some selected works to mark her first show in 2023.
The first opening piece, the Chacon by J.S. Bach, was the special piece of the night for me, because after the pandemic, I felt that I really understood the meaning of Chacon, and what the piece brought me was the healing power. So I wanted to express that and convey that to the audience. And also the second piece called Le Départ. It was by a French composer, Coste, from the 1800s. It was meant to be Le Départ, to depart for the war with courage and faith. But I thought for the new year, we also need courage and faith. So that's the theme of the concert, Le Départ.
After picking up the guitar at a very young age, Su found herself fascinated by the charm of the instrument.
I started when I was 5.5, and it was my first instrument. My mom asked me to pick between the violin and the guitar, and I thought the guitar sounded cool just by the name of it, because I had never heard of a guitar. I remember there was one piece called The Raindrops. I just love it so much. It sounds like this. You know, for a child, this sounds so, so new. This takes me to a different place, to a different, scenario. So I thought it was cool that I can play instrument, and it's like adventure.
Su's talents were quickly noticed and further developed under the guidance of Professor Chen Zhi at the Central Conservatory in Beijing. Su has won first prize in numerous international competitions. She's the first guitarist to have won both the young and the main competition in the prestigious Parkening International Guitar Competition.
The first time I won the young guitar, so that was under age 18, I was very pompous. So after my winning, I said to them that I will come back and win the adult group, the open group. 8 years later, I saw the news that the competition was calling for applicants, and it was my last chance to do it, and I thought I must keep this promise. I spent like 3 weeks just staying in my practice room from morning to night, just playing all day long. And it was a very happy ending story.
In addition to Western classics, Su is also keen on guitar pieces that would inspire by traditional Chinese culture, and has introduced them to the global audiences at many of her concerts. One is Sun Wukong's Toccata, which is composed by famed Brazilian guitarist and composer Sergio Assad.
When Sergio asked me about, do you have any stories to share with me so I can write a piece for you, I immediately thought of this monkey king character from the great ancient Chinese book, Journey to the West. Sun Wukong is the name. So this book is about him and two of his friends. They accompanied their master monk to go on a journey to the ancient India to get the valuable Buddhist sutras back to ancient China.
The other piece is Seven Desires by Tan Dun, who's a leading figure of contemporary classical music.
So this piece is really inspired by the Chinese book I Ching. For me, there's a lot of passion in this piece. Passion, furious, anger, lots of emotions. And let's just get spiritual and embrace our desires.
In 2006, Su received a full scholarship to the Peabody Institute of Johns Hopkins University, where she met her mentor, the legendary guitarist Manuel Barueco.
Manuel has been a great mentor to me. I studied with him for altogether 13 years. I remember my first lesson with him. I went in and he asked me some very simple technical questions. I thought, I don't have to listen to this. I got this. But it turned out to be, I was still very new and very young into the music world. I was a good guitarist, but I was not a very good musician. I was a very young musician. He would never tell me what exactly to do. He would only tell me to sing with your heart, and never be pretentious, be manipulating, but always show the audience your heart.
In 2021, Su joined the San Francisco Conservatory of Music as a guitar professor, becoming the first Asian guitar teacher at a leading Western music institution.
I love teaching. I think I learn a lot from teaching. It's a very beneficial thing for both of us. Most of my students, they travel from another country to study with me. I always tell them to go out, not only in the practice room. Well, they gotta be very efficient with their practicing, so they can go out to museums with friends, to go to see the ocean, to go back to the nature. That's what I always tell them, to feel the wind, to see the sunset.
Now Su is hoping to add some twist to her music. She's working on a musical where the artist tries to combine guitar music with dance and multimedia.
I had the opportunity to work with dancers last year, and I've enjoyed so much. It's like dancing the music out. So not only you get the sound of it, the beauty, also the visual of the beauty. So I'm a bit ambitious and to create this new production this summer. And it will be with guitar music and with dance, with visual, with multimedia. It's going to be a brand new creation of the connection and combination of all the art forms.
Shen Li, CGTN.